Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Games Calling is brought to you by SeatGeek. Use promo code Games Calling for $20 off your first order. And About the Fans. Use promo code CCI for 50% off your entire order.
What is going on, Canes fam? I am Matty Ice. He is Caniacs, and he is Tony V. This is a special episode, kind of a different one. I got vacation Caniacs at my house as we speak in one of the bedrooms. So we're actually doing this. This is the closest we've ever filmed together, I think.
Right.
I know this is a special one.
We can call this the Manscaped game recap.
The Manscaped.
Yeah, let's do
like
that.
There we go. Obviously, first game, Mario era. Me and Caniacs got to watch it at a sports bar. I don't know what it was, like a restaurant sports. Yeah, it was cool though. They had like 50 TVs. It was crazy. Yeah. And then Tony, obviously, in person, was lighting up our Twitter with pictures and everything. What was the atmosphere like though, Tony, and everything?
It was nice, man. I would say peak maybe mid first quarter when all the drunkards were making their way in. I would say it was close to 70% at capacity, which is really good for a game versus Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah.
And the energy was palpable, man. Especially when they ran out through I posted the video of them running out through the smoke for the first time. The defense, the first drive on defense kind of, brought the wind out of the sails a bit, because Bethune marched down the field and got a field goal. But after that, we just started exerting our force on them, and then the energy got better. But the first defensive drive was kind of scared people a bit. Not that we were going to lose the game, but it was more like, man, more of the same, So
right.
It was nice, man. It was good. I was happy. I was happy with the energy.
Real cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. Obviously, I think we have to take this game with a grain of salt in terms of like what our offense is going to actually look like. I think even with our defense, I know there was some talk on Twitter and stuff about, the defense in particular. But what did you guys like? Who stuck out to you in that regard?
On the defensive side, I'll just say without naming names, it was the usual suspects with the blown coverages, with eyes in the backfield, not looking around you. But man, that Cameron Kitchens interception was ridiculous. Was unreal. His ball skills are elite.
Yes. Totally.
The secondary played well outside of a couple plays. Off the top of my head, I know Tyreek got burned late in the game on a deep ball, but there was a perfectly thrown pass.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, but the Bethune quarterback was a Florida signee with Dan Mullen, so he's a legit FBS talent.
Mm-hmm.
And offensively, because Bethune went 2-9 last year, they did bring out a few transfers, and you saw their speed on the field was pretty good. Like they were very fast on the field, especially offensively. But again, we gave up 13 points. The one thing that stuck out to me was we have a special teams now, guys.
I know.
Like legit. We blocked a fucking field goal, man.
Right. Yes.
We blocked the field goal. I think, an average of 60 yards on a return game.
Keyshawn looks
Smith
amazing.
is
yeah,
so
real deal.
The first one was like 70-something yards, and the second one was like barely 50. It was like 55 or almost 60 on the second round. That one second return.
Yeah, he got to 65 yards, and he wasn't touched until he was tackled at the 45-yard line. It was nuts. Yeah, it was nuts. Then he had that one to start the second half, which for some reason was called. I was in the middle of moving section because my section was like engulfed in the sun, so I missed that kickoff. But it was called back for some reason, and then that led to the fumble at the goal line. But whatever.
Oh, you're talking about it's because he stepped out of bounds, right?
He
stepped out of bounds at like the 17 or something or 7. I don't remember.
Yeah, it must have been.
Or wasn't that the one that had the block in the back that got it called back?
No, the block in the back was I think it was a screenplay to Burchard. That was the one when Jake was quarterbacking.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you guys, what did you guys think? We're talking about the defense. We were already talking about them a little bit, but the tackling. Did you see improvement there? What were your guys' thoughts?
I thought it was improved. A lot more game tackling, a lot less single, tackling, whatever. Yeah, you're going to have some missed tackles. You can't, what I'm saying? You're not going to hit every single one. But I thought it was much more improved.
Okay.
Yeah, the same. Especially outside of the usual suspects that I spoke about a little bit earlier. I would like to see the defensive line, when they get to the quarterback to get the quarterback down. I know that Jalen Jones, the Bethune quarterback, he's 6'4", 220. He's a big boy, and he was super shifty and fast.
Yeah,
but there was a lot of play. I think the defensive line played better than the statistics are going to show. They caused a lot of havoc in the backfield, just in the back end, in the secondary. A couple blown coverages led to Bethune looking like they had a good offensive game.
Good thing is coach at the end of the game when he did his press conference addressed that the blown coverages and a couple things like that. So that's good to know. One thing that I was impressed for, we only threw the ball 23 times, but we only had 3 incompletions, and I don't think any of them were drop balls. One was he threw it out of bounds just to make sure that there was nothing there.
Yeah, 2 for sure were out of bounds.
Overthrew, but I don't remember. I kept telling Matt I don't remember seeing a wide receiver drop a ball. And
they didn't.
Bro, I love that part. That part I love.
They didn't, and it seemed like the middle of the field was open the entire game, and I feel like that's gonna be what's gonna happen on offense. I think the tight ends are gonna feast. Restrepo's gonna feast in the middle of the field.
Oh my God, yeah.
I just wish. My only gripe with the offense, it was clear from the first drive that Mario was just gonna ram it down these guys' throats.
Oh yeah, he wanted to be vanilla.
I don't want to. He don't want to waste anything on the passing game. Didn't want to open anything up. I'm just gonna go 6-7 yards at a time down these guys' throats, and it worked. Parrish is so good. Thad Franklin doesn't stop running.
His patience, man, waiting for that hole you could see, and then he hits that hole like a bullet, man. I was very.
He's got that one cut ability that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And Thad, I can't praise Thad more. He doesn't stop moving his legs. He doesn't stop running.
Dude's a bully.
A bully. All he does is fall forward. Yep. That's what you want. That's what you want on a running back. A guy he's not gonna get stopped. He's hard to bring down, and he's just gonna keep moving his feet.
He's a big boy for a running back. I mean, big boy.
Yeah, he's 6 feet, 240 pounds, man.
Yeah,
it's a big running back.
That one cut he had on that run that we were watching, Caniacs, when we both noticed it, that was, oh my God, I didn't know he could change direction like that quickly.
He did that little juke move, and I was like,
yeah,
look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, he took him out his shoes. That was nice, man. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Whew. But I think Caniacs, you had tweeted this out, and we were talking about it a little bit. We scored the most points, right? Like out of anyone in week 1.
So far, week 1, we have scored the most points. The closest one so far right now is Baylor with 69.
Yeah. I just would like to say I was one off from my score prediction.
And that's without, blowing the ball up, throwing the ball a whole hell of a lot. That's running the ball. And so I mean, I'm pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, I told our boy Jimbo during the game, I was like, this is the most, man, how was it that I said it? This is the most, like, the quietest 70 points I've ever seen scored in my life. Because there's nothing flashy. They weren't chucking the ball for 80 yards on the field. There was no big chunk. There were no, like, huge 50-yard runs. This was a methodical 70-point game.
Well, and I think it's because consistently we were just moving the ball, and it's so different. Like last season, right? It was like boom or bust, essentially, in a way. Yeah. It was either you're gonna have a 3-and-out or like a short drive, or it's just gonna be like a 3-play like touchdown or something. You know what I mean? It was an explosive offense, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But let's talk about it because I see some comments about it. Linebackers. What'd you guys think? Corey Flagg and who was the other starter? Was it Steed?
Steed,
yeah. Tony,
he was one of my players I didn't want to name, you know.
Okay.
But he's not good in coverage, man. He's not.
No.
He's not. When he was asked to be QB spy, that was literally the only thing he would worry about. And there was one play in particular. I just saw the condensed game again. Well, not again. I just saw the condensed game. There was one play where a running back literally curled around him, stopped 2 yards from him, and he didn't see him.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, and I feel I have confidence in the coaching staff that they're going to see that. They're going to either talk to him or they're going to, you know, pull him and put somebody else.
Yeah.
Because and it happened multiple times. It wasn't just once.
Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree.
Yeah.
And there were a couple times that James Williams got in his face, at least twice. I don't know if he's telling him, bro, what are you doing? You know, you gotta look at your zones. I don't know what James was telling him, but
better luck
James
next time.
In his face a couple times. Yeah.
I did see that. I saw the player accountability. Other players getting on the other players. Like we have no idea what they were saying, but I did like seeing that. I also like seeing the fact that when these players were coming off the field, when they would show the sidelines, that the coaches win their ass.
Yeah.
So, you know, hopefully it gets where it's supposed to be. And then as we continue to play, because we have let's just call it another tune-up game, which we obviously need on defense. Maybe we'll open it up a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Do some more things. But, defense does need some work. You're right, Corey Flagg. I just don't know, man. I just don't know. You know, the cornerbacks I thought did real well. DJ Ivy at the beginning wasn't looking very good. He got burnt there a couple times, but then later on in the game, it looked like he tightened up a little bit more. But that one that Stevenson got burnt at, I mean, I don't care what cornerback you were. The coverage was pretty decent, but that throw was just right on the money.
No, yeah, that throw. Tyreek forced him to have to make a perfect throw. If that throw's not perfect, it's not a catch.
Yes,
that throw was.
But definitely 40. A lot of work to do still a little bit, and you know, Coach addressed that in his press conference afterwards. So it's not one of those like Manny press conferences where you know everything was great and everything. So I enjoyed hearing that part.
Yeah, we should have had 77 because we fumbled at the 2-yard line. So it should have been worse than it was.
To open it up.
Yeah.
Scored over 100, to be honest. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
Shit out of that ball.
For sure. And the offensive numbers are skewed because we had the first drive, which is a short 27-yard drive because of Keyshawn Smith's return, and then we had a pick six.
Yeah.
Those are two drives that should have been, you know, maybe 100 more yards added to our offensive totals.
Correct.
So we could have easily gone over 600 yards of offense. I think we were at 5 something. If I'm not mistaken, we ran for 220 and threw for 3, something like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think one of the other things that stood out to me too was the overall size of the defensive line. Like, I don't know if you guys remember on that blocked field goal, Lichtenstein just got his arm up there and just blocked the shit out of that like he was playing volleyball or something. And that guy, I think he's like 6. He's huge.
No, they're all huge. All of them.
Yeah, they're all huge. And,
all of them.
You know, that's something that's different, you know. sticks out from just seeing it like actually on the field versus just had spring and fall and actually seeing them on the field competing against another team is I get it's Bethune-Cookman, but it's impressive.
These aren't the twitchy 6'3", 230 defensive ends that Manny liked, which were good, which athletic and freaky, Rousseau and Jalen Phillips. These are 6'6", 260, 270, 290 at some, for some of the guys. I remember a play because it happened right in front. I was sitting in the east end zone where Messidor came on. Messidor got free, and the Bethune running back got in front of the quarterback, and Messidor just, oh my God, just like obliterated him, bro. Sent him to like the quantum realm, man. Like, and then he got to the quarterback and he brought him down. It's beautiful, beautiful. Again, the defensive line played well, man. Like, outside of a few times they couldn't quite contain the quarterbacks in the pocket, but that's shit you can fix.
Right.
A lot of stuff on defense was stuff that with watching game film it can be corrected.
All fixable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all fixable stuff. And
with a quarterback like that all the time either.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, Scott. If it wasn't for Jake, we probably wouldn't have scored 70. You're right. Absolutely correct.
Yeah. Jake Garcia, man. Do we have a QB controversy?
That was so
No, we don't. There was one throw that Tyler made early in the game to Ladson on an out route from the opposite hash, where I looked to the guy next to me. The guy's not even in our party, in our crew, but we were talking to him before the game, and he looks at me and he goes, "That's an NFL throw." He went from opposite hash on an out route to the opposite sideline on a dime, on a rope, and it was man. He's so good, man.
Yeah,
Tyler's so good.
We're blessed, man.
Fun to watch.
Better after watching the game with how our wide receivers are. That I don't know. I think my 10-2 prediction is going to be a lot better.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen the outside guys get a little more involved in the offense, if we're being honest.
True.
I don't know if, again, Bethune-Cookman, the game plan was clearly to ram it down their throats.
Absolutely.
It wasn't to stretch the field. Maybe against Southern Miss, we'll see a little more of the stretching the field.
Mm-hmm.
But towards the end of the game, Romillo had a catch. Jalo Skinner had a catch. Redding had 2 catches and a touchdown. Really nice contested touchdown catch, too, in the middle of the field. That was nice to see. A nice one of our receiver of ours winning a contested ball.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Ballsy throw by TVD, though, in the double coverage. I'm going to say. But that's trusting your receiver.
Yep.
But yeah, man, tight ends are going to feast in this offense. Restrepo's going to feast in the middle of the field.
Killing it. And Arroyo out there with them, he had a couple catches out there to the side. He's just a beast, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know we're trying to keep this under like 20 minutes. So I guess last kind of topic question. Moving forward, next week, do you think that we see a little bit more of that offensive playbook? And then what do you think? Do you think we see some more improvements defensively as well? What are your guys' opinions?
Well, I think Southern Miss will have more talent than Bethune. They have Frank Gore Jr. at running back, so I think our defensive line is going to get tested with the running game. I'm not sure what else, like what other offensive weapons they may have. As the week goes on, we'll start hearing some more scouting reports. But it's going to depend on the game, man. It's going to depend on if they can do the same thing and ram it down Southern Miss's throat. There's no reason why you should be, opening up the passing playbook until you get to Texas A&M, because you're going to need it for Texas A&M. Yeah. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I'll be there 12 noon, baking in the sun.
Baking.
There you go.
Baking.
I think we're still going to try to ram it down their throat. And if we can't ram it down their throat, then we'll probably do more of the passing game.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that coaches are satisfied with the way the passing game has been going on in camp, which is probably why they're just running the ball.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a little scary when you're running the ball that much, because you're stressing the running backs out. They're getting hit a lot more. But The old saying is, if it ain't broke, why fix it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And next week we should have, I think we should have Jaden Lighton back.
Yep.
I know I think he went through. I saw on Twitter that he went through warm-ups and everything. He just left.
Yeah.
Didn't play.
It's not
because
worth the
they really
risk,
didn't
right?
need him.
Yeah, coach said in his press conference he could have played, but why put him out there when they didn't?
Being cautious. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Maybe the
I
same
get that.
against Southern Miss. We'll see. We'll see if Parrish and Franklin keep producing like that. No need to rush him back.
Nope, not at all. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No need to rush him.
Well, boys, is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about?
No, man. Just pack the rock again next week. We'll talk. We'll talk on Friday again about Southern Miss. I'll do a little research, see what their offense was like last year, and what they look like this year. Maybe watch a condensed game or something of theirs.
I wonder if they have a QB that can run. I'm curious about that.
Sure. They played 4 overtimes against Liberty yesterday. So.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Man. Wow. Well, boys, obviously we got one next week. We'll be back though Friday before. We'll preview that game next week. Maybe we'll do another post-game reaction one if we can all make it. But thanks for joining us, guys, and you know what it's all about.
All about the U. Go Canes.
Yep.
Yes, sir.